clearly made a difference. Right? We speak about Torah Moshe, the Torah of Moshe that was given to us by God through Moshe. But that every single person has that need, that thirst to make a difference. Everyone simply wants to matter. Right? Ezehu mechubad. It says in Ethics of the Fathers, who is an honored person? Hamechabed et habriot. One who gives honor to others. Because when people feel that they're getting honor from that person, they become validated. There's a purpose. They matter. They make a difference. So let's go now to the beginning of Bamidbar. And how does it begin? Let me just keep the flow and then. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe, and God spoke to Moshe Bamidbar Sinai, in the wilderness of Sinai. Oh, that's where we get the Hebrew from. Bamidbar, the very first verse. But Bamidbar, we said the Hebrew resonates. 726, 727 resonates throughout the entire Sefer. It's a great name. He spoke to Ba'ol Moed, Be'echad B'chodesh HaSheni, on the first day of the second month, Nisan Iyar. B'shana HaShenit, in the second year, Litzei Tam, of our leaving, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, from the land of Egypt, Lamor, saying, Su'u et Rosh Kol Adap B'nei Yisroel L'mishpachotam L'veit Avotam. Su'u, the English says, take a census. Good. But what does Su'u actually mean? Raise up. Lift up. Right? The Mispar Shemot, right? And by all the names that we're going to go through now. So, Orange County, I keep getting these emails from the city, to help with the census, right? The census is going on now. Right? Census is important in terms of how many people there are, in terms of getting federal aid, all these different things going on. Beautiful. The census is a very, very impersonal, right? Impersonal view of every, right? It's just numbers, right? Right? Whether the person is it doesn't make a difference, right? Where they are socioeconomically, nothing matters, right? It's just a matter of the numbers. Over here, it is the individual, right? I mentioned on Shabbat, when the census took place, every person came before Moshe and Aaron. It wasn't simply collect the half shekels and make a tally, and that's when you know how many people there are. Every person came before Moshe and Aaron. Now, the Vilna Gaon, I believe, says, Rabbi quoted, the Vilna Gaon says that in the time of prophecy, a person would go to a Navi, to a prophet, and would be told, what is the role that you are supposed to play? Because every person has their unique role that they, with their traits and their background and their experiences, that they can, and only they can uniquely contribute to this world. Well, what is it? Right? That's the million-dollar question. So you can go to a Navi and they would tell you. Nowadays we can't. We don't have a Navi. Right? But the Vilna Gaon elsewhere says that if you want to know what it is, look at the area that you struggle with most. And that's probably the area of your growth and your greatness. But let's take it back a couple of steps. So if that was the case when you go before a Navi, a prophet, imagine if you're going before Moshe and Aaron. You're going before Moses and Aaron. Imagine the clarity that you had there and the sense of importance of this is my mission. Right? And Rav Volbe writes so upliftingly right? That if you were born to your parents at this time, it means no one else who ever lived or ever will be, whoever will live, will be exactly like you. You are completely unique. You know, there are those that say, biologically, I don't think they have a reason why we have fingerprints. Right? I was reading something. At first, they thought that it might give you better grip, right? When you have the prints, right? But in fact, that's not the case. You don't have better grip because of that, right? So, from a biological point of view, why are there fingerprints, and why is it that every human being has a different fingerprint, right? And that speaks of how everyone is unique. And then we go further into the DNA, right? And DNA, everyone has different DNA, which means we are different beings. Every single one of us has been made by God different than others. Because we have our unique mission, unique contribution that only we can bring to this world. So that's Parsha, that's the book now of Bamidbar. So we had the beginning of the physical world, the beginning of society's functioning and responsibilities, and the beginning of the nation of Israel. And then we have Shemot, the names, the legacy, and the struggle for what will be with this nation. Very good, but a nation is a group. A nation needs to be comprised of individuals. And we have Vayikra el Moshe. We have Moshe being called. But then the question is, Chumash HaPekudim, the counting that's taken. The counting that's taken of the individuals. And the mission. Su'u, be lifted up. We be called forward to present our credentials to be counted. That is an uplifting experience because we recognize that we are unique. I'm not lost in the crowd. I am an entity with that which I have to contribute. So Bamidbar, which is counting, which is remembering, which is appointing. This is the book of not just Moshe being called, but all of the individuals being counted, being given their mission, Vayivkod, being appointed to that which we need to accomplish here in the world. So really, each of these books, the names, both in the Hebrew and in the English, right, each one really encapsulates, and it's a progression. It's a progression of bringing it from that creation to myself. Yes, though, even later.
Okay, Numbers, what I saw from it was it speaks of community because there's power in numbers. You can't do it alone.
Okay, so, very nice. Very nice. Cheryl.
So you're saying that only males between 20 and 60, each individual came before Moshe and Aaron, and they were able to tell them their mission?
And they felt their mission, yes. And they were uplifted and they felt that mission.
And women, unfortunately, didn't get this opportunity?
They did not go before Moshe and Aaron, but every human being, right, has their distinct mission. That's not limited, right? They did not go before Moshe and Aaron, but everyone has their mission, regardless of their gender and their age. Mm-hmm. Everyone has their mission, everyone has their fingerprint, everyone has their DNA, everyone has their neshama.
That's my phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a verb.
Yes. Ora.
You mentioned Korach, and you have the expression Be'al Kufu. How are
Oh, no.
connected? Something
Not at all. Right? Korach kuf reish chet. Bal korcho kaf reish chaf. Oh, chet. Also chet. Bal korcho. Yeah. Yeah. So that's just, yes. Yes, Janet.
For Shemot, though, don't we also characterize it as the book of exile and redemption?
Yeah. So we discussed that. Yeah. That's Exodus. Exodus really.
Right.
Yeah. The Ramban calls it exile and redemption. And Exodus is really, we said, is that connecting point. Right? So they had asked, well, where do we get these English names from? So I was defending it and saying that it really doesn't. Well, some of them, right? Leviticus is Chumash Torah Kohanim. The sages call it that, and Numbers is Chumash Pekudim, right? And I said that Exodus really fits in beautifully according to Ramban's book of exile and redemption. So thank you.
But right now we kind of characterize it as the nation emerging and what's going to happen.
Correct.
That's
Correct.